we are going to try this again. It has been an entire summer of tracing and tracking and trying to fix a problem that we finally fixed. So we are tempting fate once again.
Not tempting fate. Well, I guess we are, because we're going to the same place.
We're going to the same place we were headed the first time. Anyway, off we go. Been on the road for almost 2.5 hours now. We stopped in Edson for, well, I need a coffee. I think Christina might want something to eat. Bus is running fantastic. Found the sweet spot for the speed in this bus. This bus likes to sit at 90 kilometers an hour. Any more than that, you get up around 100, 105, it starts getting a little janky, a little bit of wind shear. But right at 90, it's smooth, it's quieter inside, eh, Christina?
Yes.
It's just a much nicer ride, and if it takes us 15-20 minutes longer to get where we're going, who cares? We're much more comfortable at that speed. The dogs are much more comfortable. Everybody was happier at that speed, so who cares how long it takes?
I was lying down on the sofa.
All right, gotta go get me a coffee. So of course I realized that the reminder I set myself to grab my pillow out of the house didn't do any good. So now we're at Walmart getting another one. Not too bright. So I got some fancy new pillows. Christina's having supper. Starting to get dark out, but that's okay because we know where we're going and the spot is easy to find. So we'll just back into it and put up the curtains and go to sleep for the night. Do some other stuff in the morning, set everything up. Oh, that was a couple bad ones. We have made it to the campground. Seamus is not happy about being in the kennel, and Issa's not happy about being in the kennel with him. We're all set up for the night. We're just gonna go to sleep and set up camp in the morning because it's pretty late. It's 10:30, dark out. It's just bedtime. See you in the morning. It is 7:26 Saturday morning. Slept really good. Seamus didn't appreciate being in the kennel by himself, but we slept really well. Cooled off pretty nice, good sleep. And not a cloud in the sky, look at that. So, just brought the dogs outside, see if they had to go. Haven't found their rope yet. I'm gonna go back in and make a coffee. Yeah, I need a coffee. Alright, I have put the dogs outside on their rope, and I've got a coffee going. And then, I don't know, just gonna relax. Pretty chilly out, -4. That's alright, it's supposed to get warm. Oh, water's boiling. Getting beamed in here. This is our first official camp trip in the bus. We made it all the way. We went 380 something kilometers, I think. Took us 4.5 hours. The sweet spot in this bus, I think I mentioned, was 90 kilometers an hour. 90 to 95 just seemed to run really good. So it takes us a little longer to get places, but who cares? Fuel wise, we used a little over 1/4 of a tank. It's a big tank, so we used probably 50 liters to get here. Expensive, not cheap to run, not like bringing out the camper or going backpacking where it costs you, $100 altogether. But this bus we're going to use for those trips where we want to be there for several days. So next year I think we set aside a little extra cash for fuel, and that's what we're going to do. Right now, probably see the mutts outside. I am just drinking my coffee. Christina's still sleeping. And then I think we're going to have bacon and eggs, and set up camp. So Christina's making bacon and eggs, and I gotta tell you, it is nice to not have to do this out in the cold, breezy weather.
-2.
Well, it's warming up now, but I don't think it's over 0 yet. Isa is excited to be able to look out the window and see the little dog across from us, I'm sure. And Seamus is just being Seamus. And I brought my lawn chair inside so I can sit and put my feet up, because why not?
So we decided to take a walk down the road to the other campsite, the provincial campsite. There's actually a wedding going on there. We think it's about 3 kilometers from where we're camped to the provincial campsite, not sure. And so there and back, 6 kilometers, nice easy hike. We're not out to break a record or anything. So that's part of our Saturday. After lazing around and having a late breakfast and Oreo cookies and bacon and eggs and chocolate, hot chocolate and coffee and all that stuff.
This is my view as I sit in my chair and be lazy. I'll take this view any day of the week.
She's trying to smack me.
What are we playing?
Jim.
And who's winning?
Me.
And how long is that going to last?
One more hand. I always come from behind to win, you know that.
That's true.
I either come from behind and win, or I lose colossally.
Yeah, it's one of the two usually.
Spit and marshmallow.
So there's one bunny. He's right there. Right in the center. There we go. Oh, there's 2 of them. There's the other bunny. Right there. 2 bunnies right here in the campsite. It's driving the dogs nuts.
Good morning. It is Sunday morning, like 7:30 in the morning. I had a really good sleep last night. The wind picked up in the night so strong that it tore the top off of our little 10 by 10 gazebo that we take everywhere. It was only hanging on by one strap. Ripped it right off. It's really windy out. Didn't feel it in the bus at all. Didn't hear it. Didn't feel it. Didn't affect us at all. That's a good thing. Anyway, just making a coffee. We don't have a whole lot of video. We just took it easy. This was a much needed weekend where we sat around, relaxed, went for a short walk to the other lake over by us, Wild Horse Lake. We played some cards and we sat at the fire. It was a really good, relaxing weekend. Alright, we are packed up, just getting ready to leave. I thought I'd mention how things went. It was a really successful trip with the bus, wasn't it?
It was.
Everything worked really well. Composting toilet is fantastic. I'm really liking that. A little bit of smell from the urine, but I'm going to figure out how we can mitigate that. Yeah, everything else we've done in the bus so far is working out really well. So I'm quite happy. But this weekend, next weekend, I got to work on the heater because it was -4 or 5 out overnight, both nights here, and it was a little chilly in the bus. Not to the point where we were uncomfortable, but to the point where you needed to put a jacket on just to walk around inside the bus. Other than that, successful trip. Dogs are getting tied in. Looks like Seamus is getting the important seat because he's kind of a pain in the butt. Christina wants to sit on the couch other than that. That's it. We are heading out. So I just filled the bus up in Hinton. 71 liters is what we used to get to the camp area, which is 15 kilometers from here and back to here. So that's actually not that bad. I'm gonna have to look back and see what the truck used. I'm pretty sure we used just as much in the truck. Now granted, right now diesel's a little bit more than gasoline, which has been back and forth all year. But that's not bad, really. If we could get, and we got a huge tank in this. That was just like a third of a tank. This thing has probably 200 liter tank. And I know the bottom half goes by really quickly, so we try and keep it up around half or better at all times. Anyway, that's not too bad. I realized that last clip I just did was really came to an abrupt end. So that was a fantastic trip. It's the following weekend, but I just wanted to talk a little bit more about that trip. We got between 10.5 and 11.5 miles per gallon. For my friends around the world that aren't in the States, that's about 21 or 22 liters per 100 kilometers, which doesn't sound that great when you're used to a car that gets 9 or 10, but my camper on my truck, we go to the same place, we get about 18 liters per 100, which is about 12 miles per gallon, maybe. So really the mileage isn't that bad. We're actually getting pretty good mileage in the bus when you consider it's 28 feet long and it's a bus. It's not a half ton with a 500 pound camper on it. And the beauty of it is we just backed into the parking spot and took the key out and went to bed. Didn't have to empty it out so we could crawl into the bed. This is probably going to be something that we're using a lot more of. I think, I'm not sure. I don't know what the fate of the camper is at this point. I don't know if it's going to be worth us using it, considering the room we have in here. Now we don't really care about that because I mean we go backpacking all the time, but very happy with the performance of it. A few things I need to check on, bushings on the suspension and stuff, but you know, just general maintenance stuff. So anyway, that's it for that. If you like this video, give it a like, give us a subscribe, leave us a comment. We really like getting the comments because, you know, that's what it's all about. Anyway, I got work to do. I'm gonna move on. J-Man!